I'm Chelsea Klein. I'm a Historic Preservation Specialist with FEMA. I am standing in the forward torpedo room of the USS Kavala. We are at a city-run park, Seawolf Park, on Galveston Island, home of the USS Stewart and the USS Kavala. As a result of the storm damage associated with Hurricane Ike, damage to both the USS Stewart and the USS Kavala was incurred.
My name is John McMichael. I'm the park manager here at Seawolf Park for the Galveston Park Board. I am a retired Master Chief, United States Navy, submarines. I served on submarines for 32 years. We operated in this condition with the red lights. I am the curator of the Submarine Kavala and Destroyer Escort Stewart here at Seawolf Park for the Galveston Park Board. I am also the Chief Operating Officer for the Kavala Historical Foundation, which does the major portion of the work on the ships here at Seawolf Park. The majority of the damage that was suffered by Kavala during Hurricane Ike was on the bow of the submarine on the starboard side. The surge that came in pushed the bow plating away from the ship. An area about 10 feet by 10 feet has to be replaced as a cause of this.
Seawolf Park is on Pelican Island. Historically, Pelican Island was more of a spit, and there was an immigration intake station and a quarantine station. Out here at Seawolf Park was where the quarantine station was, as you can see here. This is from the 1930s. After they had tore down these buildings and this was taken over by the city of Galveston and turned into a park, there was a playground built here. As a result of the storm surge out there where the park, where the playground was, it scoured out all of the sand in the base of it, and we were able to find the foundations for some of this building, or a part of the original pier that was a quarantine station before the spit actually went out that far, and we were able to record it as a new archaeological site.
The ship that I'm standing next to, the USS Stewart, the Destroyer Escort, was actually lifted out of her graving berth, just a big hole in the ground that she was sitting in. The Stewart floated about 6 feet higher than it is right now. When the surge came in, a 32-foot aluminum workboat washed in with the surge and actually went underneath the ship right about in the spot where I'm standing, and then the ship came down and sat on top of it. The storm surge, when it came through, it moved the ship from side to side and actually broke the 5 big pilings that consisted of each one of these sets. So it broke them, but it stopped the movement of the Stewart, so it basically sat down real close to where it was.
We are standing on the bow of the USS Stewart. In order to prevent the type of damage that occurred during Hurricane Ike from happening again, FEMA is going to write an H&P plan that will allow us to add a monopile anchoring system to the USS Stewart. The monopile anchoring system will consist of 6 monopiles, 24-inch in diameter, to be driven to an estimated depth of 90 feet. They will rise 30 feet above grade and will be attached to the ship using gusseted steel float rings. The gusseted steel float rings will be welded to the ship at points to be determined later by a structural engineer in order not to compromise the integrity of the hull. FEMA was able to fund this project at 100% under Category G permanent work. Even though the USS Stewart is a museum, it is still owned by the city of Galveston and therefore was able to go in under the city for permanent funding as opposed to going to SBA for a loan.